Gospel musicians in Ghana and celebrities as well as entertainment pundits and alike together yesterday on Onia Showbiz made comments about the incident that happened some weeks ago where the man of God Bishop Dag Heward Mills came out to make some utterances or certain proclamations about why church musicians should not be paid and instances he has set up in his church to protect such occurrences. Led by the host, Empress Gifty, the pundits shared their unwavering thoughts on the matter, and one that drew my attention is what Pastor Akase Brempon made a comment about, and I want to pull you to get to listen. But also, some pundits like Bulldog, Arnold Asamoah-Beidu, and Olamaikos shared certain views that also need to be taken into consideration. But then, the man of God Akase Brempon made known that the concept of church musicians being paid is something that should be taken with gross consideration because it is necessary and it demands a lot of skill for a musician to train themselves to get to a particular level or skill set that need to be put out there. Let us go check out the video of what Pastor Akase Brempon said and some of the comments. There was a point where Empress Gifty was pushing him to declare some of the honorariums he has gotten from churches, and it looks as if the pastor was pushing back and not trying to say certain things that has gone on or that have happened to him in the industry regarding the concept of musicians being paid or not. Let us go check out some of the videos from the incidents and let us hear some of the thought processes of the pundits on the show. And let me know what you think about what Pastor or what Bishop Dag Heward Mills said about church musicians being paid or not. And I'll be sure to respond to you in the comments.
Get where also penny Dag Heward Mills a free ban because oh share me to me boss 8 video no.
Okay.
Nana o making specific reference to Onono Nasoren.
Onono
Nasoren or say omo system omo training young ones.
Okay.
Omo serve.
Oh.
Ewo asoren as musicians. And you know there's OTA video now. Or say there's a music school. Sorry ma. The young ones go through the music school to serve in the church. Only this position, no. And this all your musician now feel say music and your craft and music and a one will be the then you go to say the almost free.
Into one I'll be free for and a church never my lorry fan out of it.
According to the video now, me share they will see there's a music school. Sorry, training musicians to serve in the church.
Okay.
To no model why for now sorry no. There are other churches
who in music school ni mo a ban ho na na chese ho no ntua oka ana
well that's the understanding.
Okay, unya.
There are other churches some believe musicians should be paid. Our Ghana here I can name a lot of them. And if you say music now they be a profession and that's why you want to earn your daily bread. You find yourself in a place where they believe in that doctrine and that arrangement. I want to say it now. Also, your daily bread.
Okay. International say who are sorry we na sorry no so any music school ne.
Who are sorry in music school. Now if you say music and now be you train yourself somewhere else. As sorry na woman do they believe some musicians should be paid? People have different beliefs and different arrangements in church.
It is of work programmer o koye no sofo no wa ma honelewe wa ma ohwe e ma oni instrumentalist no koye wa yi bottom sketch omoka wa experience
you can yakosema Empress me no me no ye nyina we been in this together ye cancer asem na ye nwie ne we've all experienced those things before. I mean maybe
me say like one kasa wey you wa we sika de atua
several times.
Okay. The church omu ni school ni bi de na se nipa ne music school no ba ombebo wo church ni free.
Empress them can say sorry bia one arrangement for musicians.
Okay.
Also for that he would Mills say no musicians no ye music school are training woman no man be serve. Also bia wunya wo training free Berkeley School of Music.
As me be say the music school no nipa no ba so ofaka And there was so ye adwuma ansa na wakọ music school.
Mini me I can't speak to those issues.
Okay. Pacha Martin.
For him, he says if they train them for free.
For free.
Yeah, I think so.
It's ebi na nipa ni school di be di oni baby or there. Hono na me pese me ti ase kakra. So usua instrument na. Unye adwuma. Wo baby awoda because your instrumentalist o mo da sorry there. Now, as I speak now, your instrumentalist are ye rented dime ma omo da sorry there. It is sound crofo no so asofo enemy gina so for omo so da asori dem no omo so no church no omo nye omo de e free sir.
The GD says asori bia so welfare arrangement. Asori bia one welfare arrangement. Asori am woman no ye welfare arrangement. Ye must asori to me ma scholarship. Ya asori to me scholarship cry man ko focus akwa bochiri kusia ade. Me GD says different churches omo welfare when so intervention there asori a lot of that. Social interventions. Ye pe organization ye social interventions wo oman mu pa asori di mu akotene. Well, and asori bia one arrangement. Me fan say we musician we are skilled e wa asori no onye adwuma bia music na we. There can be an arrangement for such people in the church. I'm all for it. What you say? And asori bi wo ha they don't believe say musicians no
so who dem I be South Street. Uji to mu say e was say instrumentalist ye ti omo ana me ye ti omo.
I think say my cancer asem no wa. Me my cancer Bible cry
inti ye
support stadium.
Me that's.
Say or can say this is na me brother I explain no. Ni say so or can say onu na sorry. Ebia oye bibi mo mu ohwe mu ko school oye onu no omo aduane onu no to atare mo mu onu no otua omo rent onu no oye omo bibia ntu omo bebo ade no free a meti ase. But if it is a general statement, I'm sorry to say you're kind again nonsense because onu ojina asoyo o kasa no yetuanika.
What do you mean shedeni?
Oh, Sam,
oh, boo. Me, home
so don't sorry, de bia.
Me, ma sorry, dear.
Yet, you am pastor.
Me, suffer eternity.
Good. Nampacho, Papa, no. Ya, ye huni progress, baby, your fee, ya, call ye way, no, call ye way, what building the church. Sikana, and for the man and all the ayen who you know, so the ma, a bimu kakra, a problem. That means yes, you. Now, I think say me share that story, but I think that there's a portion in the story of cars or no or born instruments in it.
Yes.
Thank you. And the bass Sunday or no pay onboard drums, no board pumping, no track guitar, no tune, not bibian. How? Same penny for we. I know so okay. A film say National Cathedral for no me ba.
Dabi.
Hey,
why resign in Pacho? Why resign?
But you not can before.
Why resign in Pacho? Or resign in Kransana. Or no first person crew film in Pacho. This row.
Okay.
Hey, boo.
Oh, say me busa keke na mama me say we resigning.
Boo, what not day?
There be Pacho. Sometimes ye peace ye da kakra na nkofo ba nyane ye.
Until now that is.
You read that show asema udi
eno nyane.
That nonsense we fire no ye you were gotana. How would you speak like that? It's as you.
So music school.
Music school or school fees.
There be.
On your light bill.
So light bill na sorry netia.
Sorry man in netia. Yes, sorry netia. Yes. It is the people and sorry now we seen in netia. Because the building cannot generate money. Nkrofo na ba ho no mutu asase karo. In ahin na obetu ya nkrofo no mobo. Omo ahin band of 6 and 7. I know about you. No, it's sad. Who bet that mansion? Our properties be brave. And at the obo budongba, no nam budongba, sa. No. Empress, Munamuka, sorry, I didn't moon to me. Nyaminu Musum is saying. Nyaminu Musum is saying. Eh. Munyamu impo sumpuni nagana go.
Onyame sumpo.
No ne. No ne.
Doesn't know ne.
Aden. Charlie, omu ni bibi kan omu yedin. Manya mu onu kro to tax.
Ade se say so.
There be sorry be na to tax.
Oh,
sorry be na to tax. Mpacho tire me.
E bia oye adwuma bia o share tax. Sorry pade. Sorry to cement.
Papa no me ni adwuma bia oye me ni ni profession.
No a doctor.
Me ni na.
Nene di ade eni ye we
Easter fire.
Yes, you will not sorry to me. See,
there be more na mo ye ne ku Yesu mu. Musuba we na de ku Yesu. Yes, why am
I me enti video. Who dey tie video say dey betumi aka me down.
Okay.
People who do things for money. You know, in my church I said I'm not going to pay people to play instruments because I play all the instruments. I play piano, I play guitar, I play drums, I play everything. I don't see why we are paying for that. And I got all the children in the church and I set up a music school, and every child in my church, you have to learn how to play the piano. All the children in the church know how to play the piano. Nobody can come and bully us in the church. Pay me this before I play, before I sing. Nonsense. Here we don't pay. You can play because you love Jesus. If not, go. And the people who were playing the instruments were all hired people. They're paid to play instruments. In my church, we don't pay people to play instruments. Never. We teach all the young people. We have piano school, music school in the church. Every young person, the children, all of them learn how to play all instruments. Yeah. We don't pay you to play instrument for God. Why should we pay you for that? We don't pay people to sing and to play instruments. It's an honor and a privilege for you to do something in the house of the Lord.
Boo. No. My boy, no money man come on board.
Sound.
Nkwasi sempa no kan no. No nkwasi asem. No. Mpacho me use bibia o family kokot. Eye nkwasi asem no kan no.
T. Eyo no mo de obeko. Eye UTV.
Ye nyina e beko.
Debiti. Nyabote.
Debi jale I don't know defend
Debi o say use word na o use here nonsense no men be.
Okay, me use nonsense. Your kind of nonsense. Again him.
Oh.
Mpacho what is nonsense?
And then say
it's nonsensical. Like you boo. You person may you see stupid, ni foolish. Me person may you stupid. Me you. But your nonsense no can you know. Should you can why should we pay you to? No kasa wo on your tianica.
And they mean
And na mami tell wo ni nkofo no mutu omo boss yeah omo kra na. Hey
boo.
Hey. There be a brainwash yeah God. Sunday we make on sorry o.
Ukoye dey.
Me ko catch and said your kind of nonsense. And
to be call. Oh.
This is a very unfortunate statement coming from a man of God, you know, that a lot of people reference and all of that. Now, the arguments about social media, and a man for Bebraytrim will say, or cassette or no, not sorry. Minim sorry, I can say, Sano. They have a board, they have, you know, council, those things that they represent. And if on no penny or down, no, cassette, that means now sorry, no. Saa na omo pese omo ye den wo mo ye empress nyema mienu na me pese me nka sisi se wo ye instrumentalist wo ye musician na me ka musician na me qualifying with instrumentalist wo ni na wa kuma mu any wa dream mu uni nyankopon akwa pam say me nyankopon adoma chede a wodi adom me pese me de ebo afore wo wa sorry wo conviction ni wo faith and extra wo say wo pese wo ye dey wo yes wa sorry a there's no problem. Number 2, so we are instrumentalist na on a regular Sunday ebi a say na ye kwa sorry Sunday ya kwa sorry ya bompa wato nyom ne niema na I know the it's normal no ye osomo no sa na tie enti osofo that you knows asema a wokan o say na sorry ogidi say sebe impredua san nyanse nimu say ubetua instrumentalist ka na sorry de anu no ogidi enti no we instrumentalist now ko na sorry now that so te honum dia ene to jewa away from that empress you see asofofo F is very funny how asofofo num be finding a way to downplay the value that music adds to their ministry. There's something I call the faith enterprise, faith business, and then sorry baby and your business. And you're some
sorry baby.
Of course, sorry baby and your business no more running. Yes. This enterprise we are managing your faith. And you know juma wo mo ye no. Enti sa wo kwa sorry. Now we are instrumentalists. Obo instruments, and that thing that you're doing in the church is taking a chunk of your time, and your pastor is finding ways and means to tell you that uya menyankopon wachedie ewo osura himemu and adebendeba run away from that church with the speed of alacrity because your pastor is robbing you of your livelihood. O kasanosi instrumentalists be woha omoda sorry them. There are people that omajum obi woha na duma chede nyankopon dia ma no. Ebi mo so spend time, effort and money to invest in that craft. And woma ye den ema mature craft no. Enti se we realize say we be a instrumentalist or a musician. Na wo be gina ho na obonwum na sa enwum na obebo no. Eno so kan wo bi na ma wo keep you church members whether you like it or not. If it is that easy, go to church every day and go and pick microphone and talk and then you're pon yenko. Music plays an integral role in worship and preaching. Na ekoson. I will tell you the story of a man of God in Ghana, Reverend Sam Kranche. He is a man that doesn't play with music. When it comes to now, sorry, I was a Royal House Chapel member. And Reverend Sam Kranche is one that obejina stage na o preachy na wo bo instrument na obonya he will stop you. Why hear you cry some of the catcher no em say sada no be basa because he knows what music does for his ministry. Reverend Sam Kranche enya asofo na once asofo bi wo ha ye kwa sorry a omo be twen a omo ba be preacher no Reverend Sam Kranche he will come, he will worship, he will praise before he mounts the podium because he understands what the music and instrumentalist does for his ministry. And then sa asofofo bedi no kra ma omo ho asofofo no mu bi bedi no kra ma omo ho. And sorry bebre invest heavily in musical equipment to do what? To hold their ministry. Cause also preacher no raising you na or expect say instrumentalist no emmo so. And big shout outs to Lord of Royal House Chapel. Fantastic drama. Enti no memma obi and dada wo say wadwuma na wo ye no wakwetia wo soro obwa or dada wakwetia na wasase su haya. You need to be paid for that effort, talent. Now, do you know how many millions people are making just by playing guitars and all these instruments? Don't let any pastor deceive you that music goes hand in hand with the preaching business. It goes hand in hand. Don't let anybody deceive you. Now, Empress, let me bring it down. I mean, be in common kaka. Because in common way, send them di kanka, you know. Papa sama walkano. I mean, also for that you knows as sama walkano. No, now sorry, I don't believe no. So we instrumentalists now also will carry a part any music now better now I told you wow. But mami me enkomo nim Empress. Onimu say asofofo bi wo krom ha. Efi se wo mo hyasie di sofo omo ntua rent da. Efi se mo hyasie edi sofo omo ma school fees asori na tua. Omo rent asori na tua. Aduane omo di wo mo fie asori na tua. Ebi mu ho a omo nyehwe. Asofudie na no omo die. That is why in a country like Rwanda, uni adwuma bi ya wo medi sofo. Me pacho de America no tema say. And to say instrumentalists spend a chunk of the time during the day at the church, and you tell me that person is not supposed to be paid because he is working for God. Are you not working for God? If you read Matthew chapter 10, Ekona, or say mama mo musra se mo mfa nkoto to ahonhom ene ne ekeka ho no. Ahonhom no mo nkofo mo san wosra no asofofo ayeso wo mo ka nyankopo asa. Enti ye ba ne se wo mo a enni se wo mo gia ketua kra e ya asofofo.
Hey.
I'm telling you. For why does a pastor have to be paid and an instrumentalist should not be paid?
See, papa na sem na kind or ka wono na so
na make us no na so any den dey different.
No na sorry for no. Nkofo na e school na ye kan lawyers wo doctors wo your personal job.
Me te ha ma me nkama sem. Give me me say or only practice no practice one sorry. And if you're no sorry, two instrumentalist now who say your career path now better. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
That is his church. But me be common him. Aba one more brainwashing these instrumentalists now. They still live from hand to mouth because they believe that whatever they do, no, they are not supposed to make money off it.
Okay.
Asafu for bebre yetua wo muka.
Okay.
Me pacho collection tithes any nyama keka ho ayeje wa sorry dem no. Why na betumi aka chem so wa twede special bi o de furu koma nyankopon wo soro. I dare see, I am daring some people. If GRA should call all pastors and churches in Ghana and they say they want to run an audit, you will realize that majority percentage of them, no, they don't do anything apart from asofudie.
Nyamijuma yetuaka. Abra na ye ntuaka ewo nyamijuma na twem.
Etwem.
Patron.
Ade na etwem. Se nyame asem ntwem.
Nyame asem ntwem. But nyamijuma no oya etuaka Bible na aka ewo Timothy. Bible na so asaka ewo Luke and osaka no Leviticus, Deuteronomy. So obi oya adwuma manyankropon wo nyame fie yetuanika. Patron what I say? Enye free.
Enye free.
Nyame na mu anim say enye free.
Say ka church betumi appreciate instrumentalism but
say nyame anka say church go appreciate. One kind of
asofo bebe sending messages o. Asofo Smiler. Reverend Smiler or say enye bebe ka say was say church no etia but church betumi appreciate.
Or say enye biblical say church in there.
Yes.
It yen ko Bible man.
Now then will be actually for you.
Oh, then you ko Bible. Say enye biblical. It is more scriptures.
Reverend Smiler.
Sorry, man.
Oh,
I think I've heard the name, but unless of course a Smiler is a popular name, but I think it's him, right? Okay, so software daroma a biblical. Nyamia dum sofo. Bible no ye one verses brofo aibe akuapim twi etino nyamia manaye so easy so kind of sort tiase. Luke chapter 10 verse 7. Patro be Bible. Coming kind, but soften the say in biblical. Etino ayi Odivo Patro who Luke chapter 10 verse 7 be man what. Coming kind you. But so say in biblical.
Or see ye bet me appreciate it. So
Odifo would be a look maybe a man. Now you should appreciation be over. In Patro 10:7. Na Vida she 1 Timothy 3:17. I be mammy. 1 Timothy 3:17. Any 18.
Luke chapter 10 verse 7. Stay in that house, eating and drinking what they give you, for the laborer is worthy of his wages. Do not mean to
worthy of his what?
Wages.
Wages ya ketua. And your appreciation. By the word draw. Part of 1 Timothy 3:17.
It's off.
Sorry. Me patch 5 and 3. Fatch me. Need more. 5:17. Patch me. Empress.
wages enya appreciation no wages say why you adwumade or fata woni ne dey ma full stop.
1 Timothy 5:17.
Call.
That elders who rule well should be considered worthy of double honor.
Okay.
Especially those who labor in the word and doctrine.
Who the 18 war no?
This means they should be respected and provided for. Particularly those who are actively engaged in preaching and teaching.
1 Corinthians 19.
And then the fourth one.
13 to 14. Don't you know that those who work in the temple
Thank you.
get their food from the temple? And Apostle Paul to say, in the same way, the Lord has commanded those who preach the gospel should receive their living from the gospel. Now, Apostle Paul, Apostle Paul, now or refer to the Moses account of Leviticus. Sir, and originals were say, Sadia nunti one or more year Juma wo, Yamifi, more can Sempano, Sempano no did.
It is a we share the financial structure of most churches are head pastor in Piana Kakese.
Oh, and you munina.
Utemiasem. So we share the financial structure of most churches are head pastor in Piana Kakese. It's one country sense where your appreciation. I don't know head pastor you appreciate you know. Head pastors are given free accommodation. Baby omo try ye di chom omo ntuaka. Yes I sorry sama ka. Maybe a tremendous 2021-22 as of be the lighthouse Madagascar omo dey call court and the business so dey a Ghana
first quotation in
a quotation mu dey na swing 1070 we ho mo check ye we ho mo catch up on 10 as of be at the lighthouse e call court over Akatua omo dey bem. So what is he saying? Say appreciation. You see, a no maybe because so Christendom na say ya nhwe ya ebema ewiase agye youth na free sorry. Enche bia na ye sofo panyine alatani mon friend say Chris. Ebe share san komo we bia ase. Say wa pam na nyom tufo ni nyina adan a omo scan so no matter and it's affecting their spirituality and stuff. Meanwhile, Empress, yenya ya run church a office down. We know that when I invite I can to my church, Mitianica, some take dollars. Or more a perform free USA ban. In flight, if you are a whole flight at the moment. What are you talking about? So for the Magana Mame show. I'm a three musicians can be dollars a Independence Square because he knows that is how they are worth. So we don't appreciate them, we pay them. Now,
meaning any problem. Because you see, that is not the only one and now so for opinion or what's her mentality no. Say and yes say obes serve sorry ni bit yauka. He will not be the first.
He will not be the first.
Me concern with video no and send me your kind any tone.
At your tone I
felt say na ke say otauto ono na arrangement or what
for the church
and the members. But on making look as if say so before yeah sorry no or the instrumentalist but sorry no to amuka and nonsense. Do you understand how he put it? Na video no me critically. I send you back on I don't mean say you're catching her. Okay, say watch out for people who do things for money. Yeah, watch out for people who do things for money. And I'm thinking, say, wait, I sorry no kutemono. They do stuff for money. Members no woman, they all do their respective stuff for money. Onu akasa Dag Bishop. He does stuff for money. Empress, I mean, the books not
stuff for books.
Oh, books not just.
That's a books in the print. I free.
Free. So wait, the book. Oko Amazon. Loyalty and disloyalty, like your meals. Now $10. I'm going to turn to $2.99. The Beauty, the Beast, and the Pastor. $9.99.
How not?
Church growth, is it possible? $9.99. Church planting, $2.99. The art of shepherding, with the $12.50. And one more, Judas, who is he? Call for $7.50 $7. Yeah.
Say
So
we need your one personal.
yeah. So
Na
me.
book no. I was somewhat say.
No,
Any knowledge.
the comments no pass say.
Oh, munya botre.
See.
As me, I am not flow.
Yeah.
I'm not the naka son and person bisana.
Comments no pass about watch out for people who do things for money.
A one day your problem.
And until I make church, you say.
Okay.
Virtually everybody in that church, does something for money, including Onwangasa. He's selling books for money. So,
maybe I not say it's carried my charity. You don't know.
Now, video not say nobody can bully us to pay to come in. How? See,
Breathing.
so why your arrangement? I empower members. We train you almost that's okay. But once you move out of your domain, now the person is not bullying you. So who move out of comfort zone? Now so me instrumentalist back on me training was sorry no arrangement no or yare. So you need to fall somebody else. Somebody else not all ban. He's not bullying you. Yes, you understand? Once you move out from that your zone. Now also okay, contract another instrumentalist on arrangement that person is not bullying. Also want a system any arrangement.
Any arrangement. It is any planning free now. Sorry, okay, an arrangement.
Yes.
Okay.
So don't stand and say, oh, me sorry, nonsense to bring an instrumentalist. No. So you create the impression say almost our conviction. No say. We need to pay musicians and instrumentalists. No, that's what my concern is.
Okay. Okay.
Because almost the justification. I mean, so I can't Bible be but listen to this. 1 Chronicle 9:13.
Hey, ne dia so na muti
Oh, yeah, nyame mao.
Hey, me pa mo cho mo mi enko.
And these are 1 Chronicle 9:33. King James. And these are the singers, chief of the fathers of the Levites, who remaining in the chambers were free, for they were employed in that work day and night. Mama, last one. Nehemiah 11:23, King James. For it was the king's commandment concerning them that a certain portion should be for the singers, due for every day. So the also arrangement they say based on scripture, no, I need to pay instrumentalists, I need to pay musicians, no. It's not being nonsensical. I hope you get me. So don't stand what the other two members think said they should serve, and because of that, it's no one power. We train you. We do that persona in their minds. They are serving. That's okay because serving too is key.
Okay.
We need to push the spirit of serving within the churches. That's okay. But do not, under any circumstance, frown on Joe before also believing. All the others are not no problem.
Okay.
Tout no arrangement. And let us believe the arrangement no correct. But do not say obedient no so you know one of the strongest conviction and nonsense. And nonsense. Because on also scripture Pastor Ayeka say he mentioned and he gave you backing.
Yeah.
So don't say because we are mentioning your perfectness no any nonsense. No, it is not. It's a mystery. Moving forward, no. On focus on no need and tout it more. Because the next other preacher, no, like Pastor Akese, no, would not agree because on also on different convictions. Okay. It's a best say because our topic were tricky. There are some who actually believe they need to pay the instrumentalists, motivate them because or life to live. Good. Obviously, people said no. Once I'm giving you the necessary resources, save. That's also good.
Okay.
It's a tout there and don't rubbish will be there. It's as simple as that.